Okay, hello everyone. Hello everyone. Uh, I'm glad to see you in our stream. We're a little bit late today because of some technical issues, but the world sadly is quite unstable these days. But I'm glad that at least we have some stable things, and one of them is that today is Monday and we are playing our usual Chess White Knight tournament, and Fatality and Pinkamena are with me today. They will be showing you their their skill. Unfortunately, Fatality's camera is not working yet. We still have some issues, but we decided not to let you wait anymore, and we will get right into action. But do we see the boards actually? Oh yeah, now we do. So I'll start with Fatality's game. She has. I'm sorry, Roman. We have some issues with the sound. I'm hearing a lot of noises in the microphone. Someone has to turn off the Skype. Рома, слышишь? Okay, I'm sure we will solve it soon. So, Fatality has, she's lacking one pawn, but she has more active pieces. Now rook on, yeah, now thank you, the problems are solved. Yeah, now the rook on e1 is a potential threat from the b4 bishop. When Fatality decides to go for an exchange on e1. That's bold, but I guess she's now not risking too much, because two rooks has to be good, even in this kind of position. I guess bishop c3 is very strong. We'll be glad. It will be really nice for us to exchange bishops, because you see the power of the queen becomes stronger when the minor pieces are when there are some minor pieces on the board. So it will be very good for us to exchange some. And we had this opportunity by playing bishop c3, but now it's missed. I guess Fatality maybe is not understanding that she has to go for it, and now she'll face the consequences of this, because queen g4 is already on the card, so she had to play bishop c3 when she had a chance. Nothing critical yet, but maybe at this point I'll give an advantage to white, a little bit of it. Let's say white is likely not risking anything in this position. I cannot see white losing this game. At least perpetual check will always be an option, I guess. Hello everyone. Hello Mancini. Hello Uno. Hello hello everyone. Yeah. So Fatality has 20 seconds, and her opponent is not doing better in case of time. Now the pawn on h6 is given up in exchange for the a2 pawn. And yeah, now white is totally not risking, so there is even a plan for white to play like h4, h5, h6. It is going to be quite difficult for black to defend this position, because there is no counterplay. Of course, black's defense is enough. Oh, and it's not a blunder. It's actually a very spicy move. So white is targeting the a2 rook, and look what is done to black. Black somehow blundered bishop c1, but I guess it wasn't the initial idea, because white didn't find this resource. Hello, Andre. Yes, I do. I do talk. I do speak Russian. It's my mother language, but you see, there are many foreign viewers on our channel, so I have to make this fun for everyone. So I'm talking English. I think white had an option to play bishop takes h6. Oh no, they wasn't. There will be a draw after rook takes f2, because after king h3 there will be rook h2 check and rook takes h6. Now the exchange happened, the exchange of these minor pieces. I'm sure white will play queen g8 check. Oh, f4. This is bold. White is not messing around. And this move is actually very strong. Rook h7 is nice. I like this move so much. Rook g7. Once again, this is a very good move. Rook queen b4, now rook a8. I'd maybe rather go for rook h2. It's not a blunder because queen e4, despite this move being a double attack, king h6 is a check. Rook g6. Oh, and now white is losing. Wow. This is very impressive from Fatality. She found these resources. And she even manages to find e takes f5 and rook h8. What a nice game from Fatality. f6 check just ends it. She's going for a little bit longer attempt, but the result is still the same. A very good game from Fatality. Very nice endgame as well. And I'm very glad that I can say this because you see, it's not often Fatality is good at endgames, but this is one of the cases. She has done a very good job. Nice one, Fatality. And in Pinkamena's game, she is down a pawn, but she has counterplay at least, and also many pieces are exchanged. White plays h3. Now maybe we can play bishop c5 check, yeah? And yeah, black has some troubles with some good ideas, I would say. Maybe we can play... Now we have an idea, rook b8, then rook b1, and then bishop g1 check will lead at least to a perpetual. Hello everyone, hello. Hello Marcelo, hello Cesar. Maybe I missed some messages because you guys are quite fast in saying hello. So sorry if I missed someone. Little Russian princess. I guess she'll be glad to read that word. A4 is played. So yeah, bishop d4. Fatality is not playing though. I guess she's solving her issues still. Black can go for bishop d4, but yeah, rook takes a7. So black decides to exchange the pawns, a7 for c2. I guess it's not a big deal. This still has to be a draw. a6. Oh, you're playing for the first. Oh, rook a1 check is not the move that you'd like to make, really. Why let the king away from this trap? That is still going to be a draw. So you're the first time here, Andre. Nice to see you. So this tournament is regular. It's played every Monday. The time is 3+2. So this is an arena. It goes black blundered rook on a1, but white's bishop stopped at c3 for some reason. But yeah, this endgame is awful. So yeah, this tournament is regular. It lasts 1.5 hours, and yeah, that's quite it. Oh wow, Pinkamena is going to win this. Let's go. Am I right about this? Is g5? G5 was the case. Oh no, white is winning? Really? This is weird. No, black just missed the important moment. Black had to play bishop e3 during the previous move, and this was the win. But as we can see, youngsters are not usually good in endgames, so this opportunity was missed, and now Pinkamena is going to lose, and this means that we're going back to Fatality. She had a good start today. Wow, king takes d2. This move is... oh, it was forced actually. Because the knight on f3 was hanging, so nice one Fatality. Now her opponent doesn't have a castling, and this is a very good sign. And Fatality is two-upping him. This is a good sign as well. Mancini says that Pinkamena became better in the previous time. So yeah, she's very young and very talented, so no surprise that she becomes better with every tournament. So this position is very complicated, so it's really hard to evaluate it, despite White's king being on d2. Greetings from Nambia. Nice one. We have viewers all around the world. Good to hear this. Oh, Uno, you are our a very usual guest in our streams, and I never knew that you are from Nambia. So the more you know, now I know. So yeah, I think that Fatality doesn't know what to do, and I'm not the one to blame her because I don't know what to do as well. I'll spend a lot of time thinking in this position, despite this being not a very good thing in a Blitz game. I'd maybe go for Queen e7 with the idea of Bishop d6. Greetings from the Netherlands. Yeah, greetings, Mo. You see, it's not just the words. I'm really very glad to see that chess are popular all around the world, and people all around the world are interested in the content that we are providing, because chess, as any sports, it really unites people, and I think this is always important, and nowadays it becomes even more important. So yeah, very good that you are here. So what to do now? d6 is played. This is very risky. Isn't the bishop on b4 catched now? I guess the plan is, if white plays a3, we play e5, but this is bold. And this might be quite strong, actually. I think a3 is still... Oh, bishop takes f3 will be played first. No, e5 first. e5, then black plays d takes e5, and then we play bishop takes f3 check. Nice one, Fatality. This is brilliant. She's in a good shape today, guys. Bishop takes f3. No, 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 no. Wow, I'm very surprised with the moves that I see, because I guessed white would like to play knight takes e5, but for some reason white goes for a takes b2, and now you see the fact that Fatality didn't take on f3, now it's even better for her. Now rook takes f4 is an obvious move, and quite good one, I guess. Knight e7 is played. This is something I didn't predict. And this might be strong, actually. I'll still go for rook takes f4 because this is much simpler, but you never know. Yeah, I think rook takes f4 was stronger, because now if we took on f4 first and then played knight d7, after rook b1 we would have the rook e8 check move, and now we don't. And queen d4 would also be possible. So yeah, this is an opportunity missed, but black still has an advantage, and I guess the advantage is quite big here. Because white's king is like... It's impossible for him to find the same haven in this game, and white has no threats in response. So queen g3. I don't think that we are exchanging queens here, but surprisingly black is willing to do it. I guess white will still lose some material after queen takes f5, so e5, so fair play, Fatality. She knows something. Queen e7 is played, and now, wow, bishop takes g6. That's quite a counterattack for white. Knight f6 is played, Fatality looking scared. Now bishop takes h7 is very strong, and no! No, 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 no. This was a huge mistake. I guess if she played king h8, there is at least a fighting chance. But somehow white found the counterplay. That's impressive. g6 was a huge mistake, because when the pawn was standing on g7, there was no way for white to extend this threat. Of course, rook g1 was always possible, but we at least could have played, I don't know, something like rook e8 and rook e7 maybe. Or maybe, surprisingly, it was a good decision to take on g3. Yeah, bishop takes g6 was working, so white found this chance. d4, d5, knight f3, e6. Yes, Cesar, unfortunately, the sisters, I don't think that they are reading the chat because they are quite busy playing. They will not be able, I guess, to give you an answer. Maybe admins in chat can support us in this occasion and answer this question. Yeah, and here it is. Admins are very quick about this. This is some weird opening, and I don't like it for black, because white can just play knight e2, then e4. I guess there was an idea if black played f5 in the previous move, but white didn't, black didn't. And at this point, I'm sure that it's not working, and white has to have a huge advantage because of the control of the center, and you see the queen side is quite zoned from other boards. The pawn on c4 is going to be weak until the end of the game, and black's development is like, this is awful. And f takes g3 is so ambitious, and I like this move. Because, yeah, we just have to we have to use all the potential that we have in our position. I guess now g4 will be played. I think even queen e2 was not maybe the best move. I would rather play something like knight g5. I think it was finishing already. So we got some answers in chat. So Catalan, London system. Well, as a person who plays London system as well, like very much, this is my home opening. I'll say that Fatality obviously has something to learn still. So yeah, but she plays it quite often at least. Somehow Black managed to at least castle. The development problems are still present, but Queen e3, I guess, is not standard opening for children. Yeah, I can totally agree with that. But as commentators usually write in the comments in our YouTube channel, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. We have also our streams in the YouTube channel. You can watch them if you miss the live action. f5 is a blunder. Knight takes e6 wins the game right now, and Fatality finds it. Good job. Knight takes e6. No, no, no! Knight takes e6. The pawn was not defended. Do it now at least. Fatality, knight e6. This is your only chance in this position. Nice one. This was shaky, but at least we'll have an extra exchange. It's not as good as it was in the previous move, but still, this is going to be pretty enough to end the game. So yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and the commentators usually write there that the comments that Pinkamena is not knowing her openings well, and sadly this is true. But she has a lot to learn, and she will learn. Definitely. She's now, I guess, focusing on some other things rather than openings, but I think I can agree with Chad about this. I think that she has to learn these openings a little bit better. And I also agree that the 4-knight opening is popular among the children for a reason, because I guess it's a very good opening to start when you don't know much. Bishop e4 is the blunder. Fatality thinking, I guess she'll find rook takes e4 now. He's finishing. Nice, good job. Fatality sees some tactics, despite not seeing the pawn on e6 hangings. She got the moves. Hate facing d4 openings. Yeah, this is this is what Fatality's opponents tend to think, I guess. Nice win for Fatality. Yes, this was nice. This was some tactical exercising for Fatality. A little bit of like practice for the real competitors face her in this tournament. The really strong ones. Opponent she is playing against right now is much lower rated than Fatality does. d6. Yeah, this opening, actually, if you ask about openings, this is kind of signature opening for Fatality. Bogolubov defense. She plays it very often, and actually, I once played against Fatality, and I had a huge advantage for White, but in the end, I didn't manage to win this game. It was a draw. So, she's quite good, I guess. Oh, and Queen c2 is... I doubt this move. Isn't e4, e3 possible now? Fatality will give us the answer soon, I guess. I think e4 is working. I would play e4 and then e3. It has to be working. Nice one. Fatality knows this. Fatality is on fire today, spotting all the tactics. Well, not all the tactics. She didn't notice that she could take the pawn in one move. But it happens to everyone, so... At least, yeah, she found rook takes e4. This was a nice move. I can agree with you that, yeah, she's on spot today. Knight e4, wow, actually this may be not as good for White as I used to think. Surprisingly, knight takes f6 is such a threat. I guess we still can just take on f2 and then take off on e4. This will be the safest decision. Or maybe knight takes e4 first, that's even better, I guess. What is Pinkamena's lichess rating? I can say you this easily. Pinkamena's rating is 1861 before this game ends. And this game is going to end as a draw if both opponents play correctly. But they don't, because rook b8 was already a mistake. Rook takes h3 was winning the game. And now it's still a draw after rook g4 check. King c5 is a huge mistake, though. King takes h3 is now winning the game, and Pinkamena has no business saving it. So I'm sorry to say it, but yeah. Once again, this is endgame, and youngsters never know endgames. This is the ultimate rule of chess. So yeah, let's go back to Fatality's game. So she managed to have a decent position in the end. By the way, Fatality's rating is 2314. So the 2 and the P number. Rook d1. Now 97. I play 97. I'm not sure if this is actually this good, but I would not even be thinking in this position. This is just an exchange, and I tend to like exchanges myself, and also White has more space. And as I always say to my students, and this is true, that if you are liking space, you have to exchange your minor pieces. This is always the correct plan, and as you can see, sometimes my students listen to my lessons and remember what I used to say. So Fatality finds this move, and White doesn't exchange. This is a nice decision from White. This is some understanding of chess. Black now has to play c6, I guess. This is kind of important, I think, because yeah. This is our only way to develop the white squared bishop. Are you a titled player, may I ask? Of course, you may ask whatever you want, man. This is the reason we are streaming, and yeah, I'm a titled player. I'm a FIDE master myself. I'm not a strong Blitz player though, so my best achievements are in the classical games and in Rapid, but I'm not as good in Blitz. So sometimes when I say you some variations, I may be mistaken. Also, I'm not as concentrated, of course, as Fatality is. So sometimes I just believe in her calculations and I don't doubt them with no reason. D takes c5 is a questionable move. I'd go for queen b4 instead, but I'm not sure once again if I'm correct. Cool, thank you. Knight c4. Yeah, now White's knight finds his track to the d6 spot. It will be quite strong in this position, but not this strong because we always have a b6, a counter move. Now bishop d5 has to be played, definitely. Oh, no. g6... g6 looks like a waste of time for me, at the very least. Also, it weakens dark squares. You may say that dark squares are not important in this position, but now, after these exchanges, just look at the f6 square and h8. I think in this position, black will rather have their pawn on g7 than on g6. And this is the case. You see, you make a weakness, you don't instantly see its drawbacks, but after the game progresses, it becomes more and more obvious. This is how it works sometimes. Queen h4 has to be played, I guess. This will be a nice move. Or maybe queen d4, even better, yeah. It's better to place your pieces in the center if you have this kind of opportunity. Queen d7 is played and queen h8. Black decided not to defend against this. Maybe she has something in her mind. I think h4 is very strong now. Oh, no, what? Black has a queen g7 move, so maybe it's better to start with knight d6 and then play h4. Oh no, h4 is strong because queen g7 is not working because of the exchange and knight d6, and we'll be winning a pawn. So yeah, h4. Oh no, queen a1 is passive. You can't afford to play passive in this kind of position. So white still has an advantage, but now it's become like more equal than it was. Queen e7, I guess, was a little bit stronger than queen d3, but Fatality is lacking time so much, so we have to be a little bit more tolerant to her decisions. Queen e1 and bishop e4, wow! Oh, and white really wasn't ready for that, so started sweating and didn't find the defense, and either a defense even. Well, I guess white could have just played h4 or something like this, and this wasn't like this scary. At least there was a queen f2 move. This was very easy, but I guess white didn't see the pin. And look at Fatality; she's happy. She's taking this win. FIDE Master is also EM, right? No, it's not right because yeah, this is like if you look at the ladder of rankings in FIDE, so you have CM, then FM goes FIDE Master, then the International Master title, then Grandmaster. The difference is you need to only have a rating of 2300 to be FIDE Master, but you have to be International Master. You have to have a rating of 2400, and also you have to achieve three norms. you have to complete it in the tournaments that let me finish. That fit in some requirements. So you have to face at least 4 or 3 players from different countries. Also, like, you have to have enough points, and the amount of points you need to have depends on the tournament, depends on the average rating of your opponents and your performance and all this. This is quite difficult. To be honest, I never had the chance to become an international master because in our country these tournaments are quite expensive, and I never had the money to participate in them, really. So yeah, I was about to do it this summer, but now in these circumstances I'm not sure that I will be even allowed to do so, sadly. So yeah, that's a very interesting position. So queen h5 is played. So Fatality managed to make her opponent play g6, and this is a very important detail because now we have the h4 h5 plan. And this is a very strong idea, hard to defend. Queen b6 is played, but I think that white can safely go for a queenside castle. Just don't worry about it. Just play. You see, place your chips in the center of the table, and you have two aces as your cards. So, of course, you are scared. Of course, everything can happen, but you know that you are the rightful leader in this situation. Pinkamena and other children are to be congratulated. They play a lot. Yes, they really play a lot. Nowadays, children are like doing everything, so they're like playing some sports, like some active sports, playing chess, studying, playing video games, creating their own content. So they have a lot of energy. I think it always was this way, but now they're just not playing in the streets with like they're not playing in the streets with the sticks, like putting them in the mud, like we did, like ironically saying, when we were children. Now they're doing something more intelligent. Bishop f4 has to be strong now, and then g4. And I'm sure that black will crumble, because there is only a single piece for black in the king side that can protect the king, and it's a rook on e8 that is completely useless in terms of protection. So bishop f4 has to be very strong. Of course, there are some other ideas like knight g5 or queen c2, and yeah, she finds it. Fatality. She's so strong today. Very nice. What happened to lichess? I guess she's not part of our communities now, but I also guess that it was her own decision, not ours. So I don't know. Now she's a married woman, so maybe she just wants to be a wife. We'll never know. Knight d4 is a very strong move. I was about to say it, that this might be ending this game for black. Queen takes h5. That's blundered. I guess the queen takes h5 move will be played even if black decided to play knight takes d4. So there will be queen takes h5, king g8, and then bishop takes g6. And it's over. Nice one. Fatality is really cool today. She's playing her A game, I would say. I guess the best way to end it is to play queen h6 check and then rook h3. And it's about it. Some good words for Fatality. You're very nice, man. She'll be very happy to read this, I'm sure. Oh, hello, Brian. Hello. Missed you. You look like GM Salem from Emirates. Let's Google it. I'm interested. I never had this comparison, so I'm committed to this. I want to check it. Uh, is it so yeah, here he is. Yes, is he the only one? The only one grandmaster in this list? I guess so. Yeah, now I see it. I guess you're right. Yeah, yeah, this is so true. You see, I guess it's because she has this kind of like little bit Armenian vibes in his face. So yeah, I guess I'm quite similar to this guy. Fine. Thank you, man. You really made my day. So, wow, what kind of an attack is this? I was a little bit distracted, but I'm talking about Pinkamena's game right now. Just look at this this setup that White made in the king side. This is ridiculous. Oh, whoa! The pawn on g7 was blundered. Um, this is well, I guess I guess Black has an advantage because I don't really think what White can do about this. This will be not easy for Black to find the good plan, but now it becomes quite easy. Oh no, the pawn on c7 is attacked. This is serious. Black has to find some defense from this. Maybe just play rook c8. Sorry. But Black will go back, queen f2. Did Fatality win this game? I guess she did. She's 9th place now. Yeah, she's destroying. People are saying this is genius. Yes, this actually is. In USA, there is a young master named Tanitoluwa Adegumi. Do you hear about it? Well, let's check this as well. I'm committed once again. This is some sort of a young talent, yeah. Wow, this guy this guy is young. And he is a FIDE master as well, but now his rating is a little bit lower than it used to be, I guess. I don't understand. Why is he a FIDE master here? He never had 2300. Or you maybe can achieve this title by winning some tournaments. I thought it only can be said about. Oh my god, this sound about the CM title, but seems like I was wrong. So he is 12 years old. He is 2188. Well, this is a huge rating, but honestly, I saw kids that had a more impressive rating in the same age. So nowadays there is never a possibility to beat some. You see, the records are too high to be beat that easily. To be beaten that easily. Yeah, but you see, when I was 12, I had the rating 2113. But even at this time, I'm not sure that I was considered a huge talent, to be honest. I think I was around the third place in the list of like talents from Moscow. This was very long ago. It was in 2008. When I started studying chess, I was like beginning my career from the 7 years old, and at this point it was considered like quite a normal age to start your chess career. But now, if you are not a professional player when you are 5, then you really have no reason to start studying chess. At least that's what people think. So the times has changed, really have changed. Queen f7. Fatality continues her destructive run. She just doesn't see her opponents. Now she has an extra bishop. He's master in USA. No, I checked his FIDE profile. She's also a FIDE master for some reason. You see, I remember that the people who made some achievements, like people who became world champion under the age of 8, they were given the CM title. I remember these kind of stories, but I never thought that you can become a FIDE master with not having 2300. Yeah, with extra bishop, I guess Fatality has no problems winning this, so I'll focus on Pinkamena's game for some time. She has a much more interesting position in terms of it being competitive. So this position is also very difficult to play. Knight d4 is an obvious move. I say so, and Pinkamena plays knight d6. Knight d4 was obvious because it was defending from rook b3, and now rook b3 is played, and this move is strong. Bishop c5, I guess, is also a mistake because oh no, it is not. I thought that I can play rook c3, but it's not the case, and actually a3 is a blunder. So now Pinkamena will take the pawn on a3, and she will not lose pawn on f2 because it's defended with the bishop, and also because the bishop on d3 is attacked itself. So now she has an extra minor piece against the pawn. So let's see if she can convert this. Who is behind CFN channel admin? Is that you, Roman? No, it's not me. It's Roman, and also I would say that Roman is our technical assistant. She does a lot for this channel. We appreciate it so much. she does much more than I do, honestly. So and also sometimes president and vice president of our channel are commenting if you're talking about like the comments on YouTube. Oi, knight takes a6 was such a mistake. Oh, and now she will lose. Oh no, the flag falls down. Pinkamena gets this win. Wasn't there an additional time? Oh, black was berserking. So that's why Pinkamena wasn't really caring much about the game. So as Fatality's game slowly but surely reaches its logical conclusion, I'll answer your question. Who is that? We never know that guy. You see, like, when you watch some content, there's always a guy that does most of the job and you don't even know him. So Roman is the one for our channel. Arman, do you think Magnus is the greatest of all time, or is Kasparov still better overall? Just curious. Well, if you are talking about the skill without making a discount for a time in which these guys lived, Carlsen is surely the strongest player to ever touch this game. Definitely. This is not even close, I guess. If we talk about difference in skill between the players in your time, I guess that maybe Robert Fischer had the most advantage in terms of this. This also can be said about Magnus Carlsen and Garry Kasparov. I guess they were on the same level, in terms of how much stronger they were in comparison, to other people in their time. But yeah, in terms of it also can be said about if we go back in time a little bit more. I guess at some point this could be also said about Alekhine. He was much stronger than anyone at some point. But this didn't last too long because he unfortunately died very early. And I think maybe the biggest advantage against how is it word? I forgot it in English. Let me Google it. Contemporaries. In comparison to the contemporaries, the biggest advantage, the guy to have a biggest advantage was Philidor, obviously. But this was such early. This was so long ago. Then the chess were not professional at this point, so I guess we can't even say. Also, Morphy had a huge advantage. So yeah, this is about it. What is the schedule of these tournaments? If you're talking about this exact arena, it's going on every Monday. So we can see the London system. Fatality is playing, so we're about to find out if she's really that good as people say about this. So yeah, this is a theory. Fatality seems that she doesn't know it though. I forgot the theory as well. I'm not sure if everything that happens on the board right now is correct. But I like Fatality's position. C4 is an awful move, really, because now the bishop, the white squared bishop of black, will never have a chance to take part in this game, and white will just destroy black on the king side. And f5, in terms of strategy, is a huge mistake as well, because now it gives black's bishop an opportunity to come back. White had to play something like, I don't know, g4, queen g3, knight f3, slowly but surely increasing the pressure on the king side and never letting this bishop become active. Now black has to play e takes f5, and most of the problems will be solved. Rook e8 is once again an awful move, because now white will play f takes e6, and black will have to play f takes e6 as well, because rook takes f6 is never a possibility because of bishop f5. You all know, even Fatality gets bored now, she's still playing game with professionality. Yes, she does. So this is a very important quality for a chess player. Oh, and actually black fell for it. They blundered bishop f5, as I predicted. Julio Granda from my country, Peru, is a Peruvian chess grandmaster. You see, I can say that people in the Latin America, they have a very unique play style. They tend to be more tactical, and they tend to make some weird, unpredictable moves. more often than the Europeans. That's what my coach always like. He said this very often. I didn't have many opportunities to play against guys from your region. I didn't really participate too much in the foreign tournaments. Oh, whoa, what is this? No! Why? Why didn't she play Queen G3? This is such a mistake. White wasted almost all the advantage that she had. This was a huge mistake. But Fatality's position is still better. She can play Rook E7. But yeah, now the script is thrown out of the window, and the game starts once again from the situation where Whites almost have no advantage. No, that's actually not really true, because White still have a huge advantage, but it's not an extra exchange as it was if White made any other move than bishop takes e6. One pawn will definitely fall for Black after bishop b5. This will be achieved, but what will it be enough to win the game? Bishop b5 is found at least, so this is good news for Fatality fans. But yeah, now she'll have to face some technical problems. She'll have to play some good chess to convert this advantage. f5 is the correct move. I would maybe do the same. I like the idea to play. Oh no, it's not the correct move. This blunders 2 pawns, not 1. After bishop takes c4. See, I become a little bit tired as well. Don't see anything. I ask because I never watched Kasparov, as I'm still young and only got back into chess recently. Well, you can learn about the chess history if you read Kasparov's book, My Great Contemporaries. No, My Great. My Great Predecessors, it has to be called in English. This is very interesting to read, even because of the stories that are provided in this book. So even if you are looking for some things like so you see, it tells you the story of chess. So not only it's not only about chess games, but it's also it also is about some stories. Some of them are very interesting. So this book definitely needs to be read if you're a chess fan, and you will learn a lot about this. I don't really know the history of the Kasparov times this well, so. You see, I always appreciate the classical heritage, but for me, it's mostly about something that was a little bit earlier in terms of time. Because the chess in the Kasparov times became very difficult and to analyze and to learn, and I'm not as a strong player to understand everything that's written there. Rook e4 is a huge opportunity. Fatality can play Rook e4, and it will be about done, I guess. Nice one. That's good. Well, now I'm like William D4 in the lighthouse. Let's go. Let's check it. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay, I understand what you are saying. Uh, I get your hints. So I'll shave my beard. I understand what you are saying. Okay. Okay. We agreed on that. Next Monday, I'll be without my beard. Enough of this. Oh, come on. William Defoe, let's go. Mm. Chess in the end always turns into a game of catch. Yeah, until some level. And if we talk about blitz games, this is like, yeah, it happens very often. In Pinkamena's game, we have some very weird position. What happened there? G5, G4, wow. Black is very serious about this, and for some reason, I guess it's a very interesting idea, surprisingly. I think I saw something like this in the... I guess it was Aronian who was playing white, and it was Kramnik who was playing black, I guess. And he had a similar idea for black, and it worked very, very well. And it works now as well, so black is doing a very good job, and h4 is not a good move, actually. Queen h4 will be much stronger than this. Black is playing very aggressive. I like the passion, and also now the center falls, so black will have opportunity to play d5, and had to use this opportunity before castling. If black managed to play d5, then the bishop on b3 and the knight on c3 are totally out of action. Now it's not the case, and Pinkamena's game becomes competitive. Fatality's reign of terror began? Yeah, that's true. Let's wish her good luck. Wow, Pinkamena is turning this game around. F4 is very strong. Or is it? Now I'm not this sure, but I think rook a2 e1 still works. Yeah, and she finds it. Good job, Pinkamena. She's starting to show some good chess as well. Of course, black can take on f4, but I think the endgame is going to be quite good for white. Queen f6 and h3. This is a strange sequence of moves for black. I don't entirely get the idea. Wow, and rook g6 is very aggressive. Maybe this was too much of an aggression, really. Because, yeah, queen h4, and now white has some problems, really. Queen d2 can always be played. Rook g3 is played instead. And I like this move more than queen d2, so Pinkamena is showing really good chess. Now rook e2 is looking nice. And, oh, but black will take on f5, and everything is defended. What a pity, this was looking like a nice idea. I forgot that the rook on h8 is not hanging. Greetings for all the Russian people. I'm proud about you. Great culture. Thank you, Cesar. This is the words that we really like to hear. I like the Russian culture as well. I like it very much. I'm Armenian myself, but you see, I lived all my life in Russia, and I consider myself Russian, I would say. I really like the culture of our country. Really like the people. You see, once I had a friend. He was Japanese. We were playing in an event when we were playing we were playing chess, and also we were playing shogi, the Japanese chess. And this was a like double match, so we played one game chess, one game shogi. And this guy was very nice, and he became my friend. And this was you see he was working for some company in Japan, and he just came once to Russia, and he was so impressed with our culture. He liked it so much Then when he had next opportunity to like travel, she chose Russia once again, and she came back to Moscow. He says that people in Russia are so nice. He was comparing them to Japanese people, and he was saying that when he had trouble, he didn't know how the things works in our country. So I think he didn't know how to pay for the bus or something like this. And you see, everyone started helping him. So he was not even asking for help, but everyone started helping, and he found it so nice that he was really impressed, and he likes this experience. And he said that you could never expect this in Japan, and so he was very impressed. And I'm really proud that we have this kind of people in our country. So yeah, thank you so much, Cesar. We have an end game from Pinkamena. There were some mistakes, but I didn't want to. Oh, C3 check! Nice one, nice one, good catch. This was a huge blunder from Black. Black really played a nice game to some point, but yeah, now this was too much of a blunder to handle, and yeah, surely Pinkamena wins this. Now we talk about Russian chess culture. If they lose, they probably start invade and nuclear your chessboard. They're jokes, man. Armenia like the great Tigran Petrosyan from Yerevan. Yeah, Tigran Petrosyan is actually one of my like favorite players. He was the coach of my coach, so I already told that story in the stream, but I'll maybe say it once again. So yeah, and I think my playstyle is looking quite like the Petrosyan. Maybe the guy I'm like the most similar in terms of playstyle is Ulf Andersson. So I think that Ulf Andersson is my favorite player in chess. So he's trying the same things that I do. But yeah, I like Petrosyan very much. If you find my lichess page, then in my description you will see that Petrosyan is my favorite player, and this is nearly true. I didn't decide it fully yet. Do you have an immortal game? Well, I guess we can say so. You see, I have a strategical playstyle. So if I win a game, it's usually like it's usually I just like outplay my opponent in every way, and so this game is very useful when you teach children. You can show them these games. So as a coach, I often show my games, not because I'm like so proud of how strong I am, because that's at least not true. I'm not strong, but because you can really teach people much by showing these games. So I'm playing very accurate until the point where when I have a time trouble. This is a very sad story, to be honest. Wow, Fatality has some unexpected problems in this position. You see, the bishop is a very strong piece, never has to be underestimated. And now she will lose. King d1 is accurate. Yeah, oh my god, these pieces, they are placed, they are so misplaced. Bishop takes g7 is just cruel. Yeah, white is just tearing black's position apart. I'll not say that Fatality made too much mistakes in this game. This is just so unfortunate this time. Yeah, now there is no chance. Too much pawns for white. So yeah, I have a lot of games that I'm proud of. Maybe, you see, I plan to start streaming myself in a couple of days. So in my next stream, I'll maybe like, tell you the contacts if everything goes as it's planned, and I'll have time to stream, and I'll definitely like tell you where to watch it. You can find my lichess page. H1KK1 is my nickname. If you are interested, I'll be streaming in a couple of days, definitely. Well, and maybe I'll show you some of my games. I never had the opportunity to do it on this channel, but I will be able in my own streams. Arman can be next Arunyan. No, I think that my train has already gone. I'm just too washed up for this. See, at some point your values just change mostly. So the professional sport is not that good as I thought about it. So you see, of course, I wasted too much time, like not studying, not training. But I'm not sure at this point of my life that I would really like to correct my mistakes and to become a professional chess player, because the life of professional sportsman is not as good as it looks like. Now I understand it. I have a good job, I have a family, I have a lot of friends, I have you guys, streams. Yeah, I have a second job that is all about my interests and not about money. So I guess I have everything in my life to be happy, and so I'll just live my life, and I don't need to become someone to be happy. Fatality becomes more beautiful every day. Totally agree with that. You're spot on, man. When I bought my new set last year, it was the first set I have ever had that had 4 queens, so I played the famous Fischer-Peterson 4 queens game first. Oh man, I think that you were really hyped when you were doing it. I can understand what you're talking about. This game was beautiful in the first place, and also I think that you wanted to do it for a long time, and so when you actually had the opportunity to play this game in your new set, I think that gave you chills. I can understand it. This once again, this happens to me. I am like semi-professional football player. I'm playing as a goalkeeper for my team, and we also have the other goalkeeper in our team. And you see, I never had a real like school of football, so I never had a good equipment as well. And I used like the football gloves that were like very old, and they were almost like not protecting my hand, and they were not good in terms of like the contact with the ball, in terms of catching. But I never like as I already said, I never had too much money to spend on these things, and at some point I just stopped caring about it. And once again, when it was my birthday, the other goalkeeper he gave me a present. It were chess gloves, and they were incredibly expensive. And when he gave me them when I was playing my first match, that really gave me chills. And also, I was incredibly careful. I think that when I was about like to fall and to have the contact with the grass with my hands with these gloves, I think I intentionally like was moving my hands away just not to like not to damage these gloves, just to keep this moment for as long as I can. So yeah, I can understand this feeling, man. Will you live stream on this channel, or do you have your own? If you're asking me, then I'll have my own channel, yeah. But if if chess fight nights are not like against it, I'll maybe give you the contacts where you can where you can see the streams. I just want you to be in my streams when it will be like when it will be all ready and I don't want you to see like the raw product. I want you to see it when I make it all like beautiful. So yeah, I will give you the info. Also, I think at least once a week I'll be streaming in Russian. So if you are talking Russian, you will have opportunity to watch my streams if you want it for some reason. Yeah. But my main goal, of course, will be like streaming in English. Fatality has a very difficult position now, and she's playing very, very bold. She's not defending from e7. She's taking the risks. She wants to play rook f7 when the check will be given. But is this a good decision? Queen takes b7, yeah, it was always a threat, but Fatality is gambling on the fact she'll play f3. She wants the attack on the king side. And after white took the pawn on e4, it's never the case. But it's a material advantage after all, so Fatality has a decent position now. I don't think that she has an advantage. Maybe a little bit of it, just because of the pawn structure. It's not this good, but in this kind of endgames, the pawn structure is not the main thing really. It doesn't really matter too much. The attack, the initiative, that's what matters. And as we can see, the only open file in this board is under the control of Fatality. And so if someone has an advantage in this position, it's her. Now she's giving up the a7 pawn, and this is a good decision once again. If white decide to take it, black will play f3. So that's why white plays f3 itself, but this is a mistake because rook e2 can never be countered. Rook f2 is never coming because of queen takes a1 check, so the rook is hanging, has to be moved away. And if white plays something like rook d1, then queen b2 will be played, and the game is over. So I think rook b1 is nearly the only move here. Rook a to b1, but white will never find it. Yeah, queen a7 is played, and queen b2 I think is finishing it. So I hope that Fatality just finds it, and it will be over. Nice one. Fatality is so strong today. You can see it, guys. With 5 seconds, this game is lost. If there is some lucky defense from this, white will never find it, and yeah, white is checkmated, and that's a very beautiful finish from Fatality. I'm proud. I always lose winning position. Yeah, man, I can totally relate to that. I always lose my winning positions as well because of the time trouble. Well, it doesn't happen always. In these tournaments, I played twice and I never lost a single game. In fact, I won every one of them. But yeah, this tournament is just not so strong, honestly. So Fatality is 10th place. But you see, uh, maybe you can say that 10th place is not that high, but I think that today Fatality is doing a really good job. So there was like almost no like cringy moments. So she's doing a good job. She's finding all the moves. She's playing good in terms of strategy and even in terms of endgame. One the endgame was lost, but I'm not going to blame Fatality for this. I think that she played well. That was just unfortunate. That was just maybe too difficult for her. Maybe from the start this endgame was not quite good. Some exchanges happen on e5. I guess this is still a theory. This position looks familiar. Queen h5 and queen e2, so we can have the repeat of the game that Fatality already won today. Now she decides to play knight f3. I liked queen h5 much more, to be honest. I think her initial idea was better. f6 is played. That's the correct reaction, I guess. Yeah, knight f3 was not the best move, I think. But white's position is definitely okay now. Black didn't take with the queen because of bishop g5. This was not good, I guess. This was a possibility. But black could have played queen f7 after this, but there was always a potential threat that the bishop on g5 goes away, and there will be something like bishop takes h7 and knight g5. So guys, don't be shy, write some questions in chat. I'm willing to answer everything you will ask. Like, the only topic I'll not like to see, honestly, is politics, but you never talk about this, so I'm not scared of getting these questions. Knight e4. That's interesting. But I don't think that this is working. No, seems like... So the idea is if white takes on e4, black will take rook take f4. It's very interesting. Bishop e3 is played. Makes sense. Now I guess white is planning to play bishop takes e4 and knight g5. This is kind of a threat. So knight goes back to f6. So yeah, we can still go back to f4, but of course we'll never do it because this will be just not the best place for bishop. I'll play rook e1. I think that this is a moment where the lack of experience come into play. So you see Fatality already wasted more than 10 seconds in this position, maybe 15 seconds. And she had to like play rook e1 instead of this, like intentionally with like in the first second, not waste any time, because rook e1 is a move that just can't be bad. Bishop c2. You see, black has a center, but this doesn't guarantee that black has an advantage here. Because like these pawns are quite weak, but honestly now it really looks like black has an advantage. e4 is a strong threat. We never like to play g4, of course, because this weakens our position so much. Somehow every black piece in a perfect position. Bro, how old are you is the question. Well, guys, do I have an internet connection? Something went wrong? Well, I guess I do, but lichess is lagging heavily in my computer. So I'll have to watch the stream to find out what moves did Fatality make. Well, now it's working. So Fatality... Wow, what's happened? How does Fatality has 2 extra pawns? She found the opportunity, she exchanged on f6 and played bishop b3. Whoa! She's just a magician today. Of course, black was not forced to blunder on d5, but this is an incredible defense from this. Very impressive, and now she'll win an endgame. I'm nearly sure. Well, I'll not say it just because this is the like commentator's curse, but let's just see how she does it. How old are you? Is asking Ian. I am 25. Hello, how you learn English language? Well, I was just learning it at school, and I had some practice. I had some foreign students. Like, that's nearly it. We have a very good education in Russia, so I was given like every opportunity to learn English as much as I wanted, and I was a good student when I was at school, so I was learning all the lessons, listening carefully to what teacher says, and here we are. Also, I watch a lot of content in English, like I think like roughly 80% of videos that I watch on YouTube are in English. I never watch like movies in English because I still like need to concentrate a little bit to translate it in my head. But when I rewatch some scenes, I always do it, almost always do it in English because most of the time it's just better to see the like original acting, despite our voice actors being an absolute professionals and doing an incomparably incredible job. But still, most of the times I think that the original is a little bit better. Fatality decides to give up a pawn, and I think that this is a major decision, really. So she doesn't want to count everything, all these difficult variations, having 15 seconds. So he gives up one pawn, but now everything is exchanged. She still has an extra pawn, and likely she has a winning position. This will be just a matter of like showing some technique here. Rook e6 is a must-have move, but it is not made. Black had to play king f6. This opportunity is missed, and now after rook e6, I'm sure that black's position is lost. This is just like fatality having to play accurate. King g3 gives black a chance to play rook d3 check, but rook a3 is played. I think even f3 was fine. Now rook e6 is very important, but I think fatality will not make this move, and this will be a mistake. Because now after the exchange and king f6, this is a draw already. The positioning on e6 was very important. The king was cut off, the rook was committed. King g6 is once again a mistake, because of rook e6 check. But this opportunity is missed once again. Rook e6 checks was forcing black to go to... Oh no, I'm not correct. Rook e6 was not working because of king f5, I'm sorry. But yeah, now it's a draw anyways. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a missed opportunity, and Fatality knows it. Look at her shaking her head. She will still have some more chances in this game, I guess. h4 is played. I don't like this move. This is exchanging more pawns. But maybe, there are still some chances. The king is cut off on the g file. This is a huge factor. This may pay off. So the plan is to play rook f5. Oh, a5 is played. This is a good move. Oh, no, not rook d3, no. You had to cut off the king. You had to play rook f5. Try something like this, even if it was not working. Well, black doesn't know what to do. What is this move? Rook b6 now. Let's go. King f5 is even better. And rook e6. Rook e6 is winning. Come on. Nice. You got this. Black just made the final mistake, and it's gonna cost him. Rook e7. Rook takes e7. Nice. King e5 now. Now just anything. b5 is enough. Nice one, Fatality. Nice one. This is a good ending to this tournament. Any way to win this game. Just any move works at this point. King e6 is enough. King d6, and now even b6 is winning. Everything is winning. c6 is winning as well. c6 is the easiest way, but she doesn't want to count it. c6, let's go. Nice one. She sees it. Black will play b6. No, black will not. Yeah, b6 is working. b6 is working. Nice one. Good job, Fatality. This was not the straight path to the victory, but it worked. Look at her, she's smiling, she's so happy. Nice one. And now I have time to answer the questions. Arman, if you want to build channel or you already have channel, I recommend you must talk with your viewers, subscriber quite often. This because people want to communicate more than just watching. Thank you for your advice, William. I'll try it. I'm trying it in these streams as well, but I think you may consider that I'm not talking quite enough because English is still a foreign language for me. Quite often I just don't like I don't got the words in my head, so I have to think a little bit more. But yeah, I get your advice. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for for you taking care about this, like not being neutral. This matters so much for me. How do you prepare against an opponent who is 400, 500 rating points above you and whom you have never faced against before? Give me a minute, please. I rarely played against this kind of opponents. I think I played against Magnus Carlsen once, but this was in a sim. And the strongest player I was playing against was Morozevich. I was playing Blitz. Yeah, I prepare just watching their games, and if we talk about classical chess, so that's it. It would be interesting if CFN had another tournament for a different chess variant, like 960 on Thursday. We'll suggest that. Thank you. Judah, I forget where you're from. I'm from Russia. Your English is good, dude. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. I'm glad to read this. Nothing wrong with my English. Thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your attention. I'm glad to read this kind of comments. I'm glad that you support me, support us, our channel, the girls. And unfortunately, our stream is over. I maybe would like to say like many more things to you, but if I didn't ask your question properly, you can ask it next Monday. So see you guys. See you next week. Bye bye.